If a man sees himself dead, that is good. It means a long life in front of him. If a man sees himself with his teeth falling from his mouth, that is bad. It means a death among the people who depend on him. If a man sees himself eating the flesh of a donkey, that is good. It means he is going to rise. None of those lines were written for a magazine column. None of them are modern. Each one was copied by hand in a cramped cursive script onto a single roll of papyrus on the west bank of the Nile, more than 3,000 years ago. This is the oldest dream dictionary that survives anywhere on Earth. Over 3,200 years old. A manual ruled into columns, ordered, indexed, that takes the strangest thing a human being does, which is to lie down, close both eyes, see visions, and then files each vision like a ledger. Scholars call it the dream book. If you have ever woken from a dream and lain there in the dark, turning it over, wondering what it was trying to tell you, subscribe. The people who wrote the first answers down are on the other side of this papyrus, and we are going to read what they said. The papyrus itself sorts its dreams only two ways: good and bad. But read the whole roll through, and the dreams gather on their own into a handful of human obsessions. The same few that trouble sleepers now. The body, what a man puts in his mouth. The dead and the gods who move among them. Sex and the shame around it. And the oldest fears we own: falling, water, and violence. 5 kinds of dream. We are going to read them all. Every one weighed the way the scribe weighed it. Good in ordinary black, or bad, written in red, the color of blood. The roll did not come from a temple, or a pharaoh's tomb, or a great priestly library. It came from a village. On the west bank of the Nile, across the water from the city the Greeks would later call Thebes, there stood a walled settlement of narrow houses built for a single purpose. The men who lived there cut and painted the royal tombs in the Valley of the Kings. The draftsmen, the stonemasons, the scribes who kept the accounts. Today we call the place Deir el-medina. For centuries the same families lived there, tomb builders raising the next generation of tomb builders. And because they were literate and paid and proud of them, some of them kept books. One family kept this book. Its first owner was a man named Papyrus. He held the post of scribe of the tomb, the senior clerk who logged the work and the wages, and he was active in the long reign of Ramesses II and the reign that followed. He was a collector. He gathered literary papyri, copied them out, and hoarded them. When he died, the collection did not scatter. It was inherited. It passed to a man called Kasia, the second husband of Papyrus's widow, and then to Kasia's son, Amennacht. Each of them added his own name to the wall. A note by Amennacht still sits on the front of the dream book, near the foot of the 10th column, where it has been for 3,000 years. Let me weigh what that is worth, because it is easy to underrate. Almost no private library from the ancient world can be followed from hand to hand. Papyri survive by the thousand, but most arrive orphaned, cut loose from their owners, their shelves, their households, stripped of the one thing that would tell us who actually read them and why. This roll is different. Gardiner, Georges Poissonnière, and Peter Pestman reconstructed the descent. 3 generations of a single household holding one small shelf of books on the edge of the desert. It is one of the very few ancient libraries we can watch being passed down like this. The dream book was on that shelf. We know the names of the men who owned it. We know one of them wrote a letter on the back of it. Because that is the other strange thing about this object. It is two texts on one reused scroll. The dreams fill the front. Turn the roll over, and the back carries a copy of the great royal poem of the Battle of Kadesh, Ramesses II's own war propaganda, the king standing alone against the whole Hittite army, and tucked in beside it a short private letter from the scribe Kenher-Kepeshef to a man named Panessi. One roll, the king's greatest boast on one side, a working man's fears of the night on the other. The two halves of what people needed papyrus to hold. The modern chapter of the story is shorter, and it happened in the 20th century. The scroll takes its name from Sir Alfred Chester Beatty, an American-born mining magnate and one of the great manuscript collectors of his age, who, with his wife Edith, presented a group of Egyptian hieratic papyri to the British Museum. The gift was registered in 1930. 5 years later, in 1935, the Egyptologist Alan Gardiner published the full edition, the first proper reading of the text, and that edition is still the foundation of everything scholars say about it today. And here is a correction worth making, because it is a point that gets muddled constantly. There are two Chester Beatty collections. The famous early Christian Gospel papyri sit in the Chester Beatty Library in Dublin. The Dream Book is not among them. It is in London, in the British Museum, catalogued as EA 10683. Not Dublin, London. What survives is a fragment of something longer. The wall is broken at both ends, torn and gapped, and in Gardiner's own word, there are no means of ascertaining the extent of the loss in either direction. The principal piece measures roughly 70 centimeters across and 40 tall. Popular accounts even name the exact grave it came out of, a tomb numbered 1165, dug by Bernard Bruyère's workmen in 1928. The village origin is secure. That precise tomb number is a detail the later summaries had, and I cannot confirm it. Hold it loosely. One roll, one family, the only copy of the oldest dream book on Earth. The dream book is built like a machine. To read it, that is the first thing to understand.
Every dream on the roll is a single horizontal line, and every line has the same three parts. First, the image, what the sleeper sees. Then, a verdict, good or bad. Then, the meaning, what the image is taken to predict. Image, verdict, meaning. Over and over, line after line, down the page. But the scribe was economical. He did not write out the opening words for every entry. Instead, down the right-hand edge of each page runs a single tall column of large signs, carrying one phrase in full. If a man see himself in a dream. That phrase is written once. The reader is meant to hold it in the mind and carry it across into every horizontal line branching off to the left. If a man see himself in a dream, eating. If a man see himself in a dream, falling. If a man see himself in a dream, dead. Gardiner counted between 25 and 28 dreams to a page before the scribe returns to the top and starts a fresh column. Now look at how the dreams are ordered. Not by subject. A dream of teeth does not sit beside a dream of eating. They are sorted by verdict. All the good dreams first, in one solid block. Then, the bad dreams gathered after, in a block of their own. The favorable outcomes come first. The dangerous ones follow. And this is where the papyrus does the single thing that gives this whole story its name. The word for bad is written in red. Not the whole bad entry,
Just the word itself, the word that means bad, the word of ill omen, lifted out of the black text and set down in red ink. Gardiner put it plainly. The word for bad is written in red, the color of blood. Two modern scholars, Noegel and Szpakowska, confirmed it independently a lifetime later. Black for the safe dreams, black for the good, and red, reserved, deliberate, unmistakable, for the ones that could undo a man. This is an early and deliberate use of color to mark an ill omen. 3,000 years before the red pen, the red flag, the red line, a scribe in a desert village reached for red to mark the word he did not want to write. Think about what that habit reveals. To this scribe, the word for bad was not merely information. It was dangerous in itself, a thing with the power to summon the very outcome it named. Ordinary black would not hold it. It had to be quarantined in another color, the way a man handles something that might still bite. So that is the layout, but it leaves the real question. Where did the meanings come from? Why does a donkey mean greatness, and an erect penis mean defeat?
The answer is that the dream book runs overwhelmingly on wordplay. The meaning of a dream is chosen because it sounds like the image. A word in the dream summons a word that rhymes with it, or repeats it, or echoes part of it. And that second word becomes the prophecy. The two scholars who cataloged this, Scott Noegel and Kasia Szpakowska, sorted the wordplay into 8 different kinds, and plain alliteration, the same sound repeating, was the most common by far. In this book, the pun is never mere decoration. The pun is the method itself, the engine that turns an image into a prophecy. Take a few that survive cleanly. A man dreams he drinks wine, and it is good, because the sound of drinking wine chimes with a phrase that means his mouth will be opened to speak. He is promised eloquence. A man dreams he chews a certain plant, the jai plant, and it is bad, marked in red, because jai shadows jice, the dispute. The plant becomes a quarrel. A man dreams he sees a crane, good, because the word for the bird echoes a word for prosperity, and so the bird flies in, carrying wealth. A man dreams he kills a snake, good again, because to kill can also mean to kill words, and the omen becomes the end of an argument in his favor. Hold that one key, and half the book unlocks. One more feature, and I want to be careful with it, because it is only half preserved. The book seems to assume that people come in 2 types, that some human beings are followers of the god Horus, and others are followers of his enemy, Seth, the Typhonian type. Gardiner inferred that the good and bad dream lists were split along that line, one belonging to the Horus type. I have to be honest about the evidence. No surviving heading actually says so. What physically remains is a battered passage about the Seth type, and even that, Gardiner says, survives only in scanty and corrupted remnants. A man with red hair and red eyebrows, who drinks beer only to stir up strife and turmoil, and who does not distinguish a married woman from any other. The idea of 2 kinds of dreamer is genuinely in the manuscript. The neat architecture around it is reconstruction. The 2 claims deserve to be kept apart. Black for the dreams a man survives. Red for the ones that mock him. Start where the sleeper starts, with his own body. The dream book is fascinated by the body, and it almost never lets the body mean only itself. Consider a pair of entries about the same organ, sitting in the same wall, that land on opposite verdicts. A man dreams his penis has grown large, and it is good. It means his possessions will multiply. Growth of the body reads as growth of property. Simple enough. But a man dreams his penis is erect, stiffened, and that one is bad, marked in red, and it means victory for his enemies. Why the reversal? because of a pun. The word for stiff or strong, neket, is a hair's breadth from the word for victory, neketu. And in the dream, the strength is not his. It belongs to the men ranged against him. The same body, two dreams. One promises wealth. The other hands his triumph to his rivals. And the only thing dividing them is a slip of sound. Then there are the teeth. A man dreams his teeth are falling out of his mouth. Bad. And here I have to stop, because this is the most famous line in the whole papyrus, and the internet has the wrong verdict pinned to it. The dream turns up everywhere online, always with the same modern caption. To dream of teeth falling out means the loss of half a life. It is a memorable line. In this papyrus, it is also wrong. The half a life verdict is real, but it sits one entry lower on a completely different dream, the dream of seeing a dwarf. The lines got crossed somewhere in the retelling, and the mistake went round the world. What the teeth actually mean, in Gardiner's reading, is stranger and heavier. A man whose teeth fall out will see a death among the very people who depend on him. The pun runs on the word for below him, the lower teeth, and the word for his dependents. His household falls the way his teeth fall. Not every body dream is a warning. Return to the line we opened on. A man dreams he is dead, and it is good. One of the clearest good omens in the book. It means a long life ahead of him. A dream of one's own death buys years. It is the book's favorite move, run here on the body itself. A man dreams he dies a violent death. Good again. It means he will outlive his own father. A man dreams his face has become the face of a leopard. Good. It means he will act as a chief and wear authority like a second skin. And on the darker side of the block, a man dreams he tears the nails from his own fingers. Bad. It means the work of his hands will be stripped away from him. Though this pairing sits among the lines that are harder to read, so I give it with a hedge. I want to be precise about what a match like this is and is not. When the book says a dream means something, it is recording the verdict the scribe wrote beside it, the logic of his system, working by sound and by symbol. I am not telling you the Egyptians were right, or that a dream of a leopard ever made anyone a chief. The claim on the table is narrow, and it is enough. This is how they read the night. The interpretation is theirs. The certainty is not ours to give. In this book, the body is never only the body. If the body is the first obsession, the mouth is the second. The dream book is full of eating, and almost every meal in it is a metaphor for taking something that belongs to somebody else. Start with the donkey, because it is the cleanest example in the whole roll. A man dreams he is eating the flesh of a donkey, and it is good. It means he will be made great. It means promotion. The reason is pure sound. In the transliteration Noegel and Szpakowska use, the word for donkey, shadows the word saw, to make great, to exalt. Eat the donkey in the night and rise by day. The lowest, most stubborn beast of burden in Egypt becomes, in a sleeper's mouth, the promise of rank. And notice the direction the book keeps choosing. It does not reach for some noble beast to lift a man up. It reaches for the donkey, the animal you curse at, the one that hauls other men's loads, and makes it the ladder. From there, the table gets darker, and the logic never changes. To eat, in this book, is to consume someone. A man dreams he eats the flesh of a crocodile. Good, because the crocodile stands for a greedy official, and to eat it is to swallow that official's property and position. A man dreams his mouth is full of earth.
Good. It means he will feed on the goods of his own townsfolk. Every full mouth is somebody's loss. And then the roll quickens into a run of drinking dreams, each one a single strange line. A man drinks blood. Good. It means he will put an end to his enemies. A man drinks milk. Good. A great meal is coming to him. A man drinks his own urine. Good. And it means he will eat the possessions of his own son. A man carves up a female hippopotamus. Good. And it means a great meal served from the palace of the king himself. Look at what the roll is willing to put in a man's mouth. Blood. Milk. His own urine. The body's most private outflow, read without a flinch as fortune. Nothing too low to carry a good omen. Read a stretch like that aloud, and the machine is audible, running. Blood becomes victory. Milk becomes plenty. The most private, most disgusting acts a body can perform are turned by pun and by symbol into food and rank and the ruin of rivals. This was not a book about health. It was not a book about appetite. It was a book about who eats whom. Read enough of these lines, and a picture forms. A world where a man's fortune was not abstract wealth, but food and goods and rank and standing, and where all of it moved from one household to another by inheritance and by loss. The dreams say aloud what the waking village already knew, that one man rises as another falls. There was a hard little economy under the hunger. Wealth did not fall from the sky. A promotion was a post another man had held. To eat well, even in sleep, was to eat what had once been someone else's.
There is one entry that folds back on itself so neatly, it almost feels like a joke. A man dreams he is eating something he detests, something he cannot stand. Bad. And the meaning? That he will, in waking life, eat something he detests, without knowing it. The dream does not translate into a symbol at all. It just comes true, exactly as dreamed. The omen is the image, handed back unchanged. It is the one line where the machine stops translating. Everywhere else, a dream becomes something it is not. Here, the system idles in plain view. At this table, every full mouth is somebody else's ruin. To understand the next set of dreams, we have to step inside a way of seeing the world that is genuinely not ours. So let me be careful to frame this as what it is. Not a fact about dreams, but a report of what the Egyptians believed about them. To the Egyptians, a dream was not something the sleeper produced. Their word for it, riswit, is bound up with the idea of seeing. A dream was something seen, a vision that arrived from outside at the threshold of sleep. And in their understanding, that threshold was a real doorway between the living and the world of the gods and the dead. A door that opened both ways. Divine things could come through it toward the sleeper. So could other things. That is why, to them, a nightmare was not a trick of the tired mind. It was an intruder. Something had come through the door. A demon, or worse, one of the restless dead. A dead person who had turned hostile in the dark. And the Egyptians believed the line between the safe dead and the dangerous dead was not fixed. Even an ordinary deceased relative, they feared, could cross back with harm in mind. So they fought back with real things. Spells, written prescriptions, amulets believed to drive the intruder off, aimed at the two places the sleeper was most exposed, the head and the bed. It is why the humble headrest carried a weight of protective magic far past its use as a place to rest the neck. Szpakowska, who has studied these nocturnal enemies more closely than anyone, even reconstructs a rough typology of them, sorted by the harm each was thought to bring, and the ritual prescribed to send each one back. There was something almost clinical in it,
a taxonomy of the things that come in the night, drawn up with the same care a physician gave to the diseases of the body. To the Egyptians, the difference hardly mattered. A fever and a hostile ghost were both intruders that had crossed a threshold, and both could be met with the right words, said in the right order, over the right part of the bed. Now read the dreams against that belief, and they change color. A man dreams he sees the God who is above, and it is good. It means abundant food. A man dreams he sees a serpent. Good. It also means food. A man dreams of a dead ox, and it is good, because the dead beast stands for a dead enemy. To see it fallen is to see the death of the men who wish him harm.
Some of the strongest of these dreams reach straight into the tomb. A man dreams he is burying an old man. Good. The likeliest reading is that his enemies are finished, dead and buried with the old man he lowers into the ground. Though I should say the two research summaries I trust disagree on the exact verdict here, so I hold the meaning open. A man dreams of giving barley and spelt to those yonder. A standard, careful Egyptian phrase for the dead. And it is good. It means his God will protect him. Feed the dead in the dream, and the divine turns to shield him in the day. This is the heart of why the book feels so uncanny. These sleepers were not, in their own minds, sorting random noise from a tired brain. They believed they were reading messages that had come through an open door in the night. Some from gods, some from the dead, some from things with no name. And the dream book was the manual for telling which was which. I am not asking you to believe the door was real. I am telling you they did. The dead were not gone. They were only on the other side of sleep. Now we come to the dreams the modern reader flinches at. And here, more than anywhere, the book refuses to mean what the surface says. A man dreams he lies with his own mother. To us, the image is pure taboo. To the dream book, it is good, and the reason is telling. It means he will live in righteousness, and that his kinsmen will cleave fast to him. The dream is not read as desire at all. It is read as belonging. The mother stands for family, for the clan, for the tie that holds a household together. A man dreams he lies with his own sister. Good again. It means something will be bequeathed to him, an inheritance secured within the blood. Look at where the safe dreams point. Inward. The mother here is not a woman at all. She is the household, the people who feed a man and hold him up. The sister is not desire. She is property kept inside the bloodline. Both are the clan closing ranks around him. Then the reversal that should give any modern reader pause. A man dreams he lies with a woman, an ordinary woman, unnamed, and that one is bad, marked in red. It means mourning. Sit with that inversion, because it is the whole ethic of the book in miniature. The incestuous dreams are safe because the system reads them as family, loyalty, inheritance. The dream that looks ordinary turns dangerous and ends in grief. The dream book is not moralizing the way we would. It is not rewarding virtue or punishing sin. It is running every image through sound and symbol and coming out somewhere the waking mind would never have gone. And this cuts against everything we expect a book about sex to do. It does not score it does not violence. It has no interest in whether the slave is faithful or wicked. Where the safe dreams pointed inward toward blood and family, the dangerous ones are the gods are about to see. The darker sexual dreams sit in the bad block, in red, and they trade in loss and exposure. A man dreams he couples with a bird of prey, a kite. Bad. It means something will be stolen from him. A man dreams he couples with a pig. Bad. and it means his God will see his misdeeds, the shame dragged out into divine light. A man dreams he uncovers his own backside. Bad. It means he will be stripped of his possessions. I have to flag that the last two sit on a stretch of the roll that is damaged and hard to read with confidence, so those line matches are probable, not certain. The image is secure, the precise placement less so. Read the three together, and the thread is plain. Something taken, misdeeds seen, a body uncovered. Not one is really about the act, each is about the moment just after it. The discovery, the eye of the god or the neighbor on what a man wanted kept dark. What runs underneath all of them is not lust. It is exposure, the fear of being seen, robbed, shamed, found out. In the Egyptian night, the most private acts a body could imagine were never really about the body. They were about what the day would do to a man once the door swung open. And in a village this closed, to be seen was already to be judged, and to be judged was to lose standing a man could not easily win back. Desire, in the dark, rarely meant what it seemed. We end the reading with the oldest fears there are, the ones that need no culture to teach them. Falling, water closing over the head, the blow no one sees coming. The dream book has them all, and it treats them the way it treats everything else, by turning the image inside out. A man dreams he falls from a wall, and it is good. It means a resolution, a matter of words finally settled. The fall is not disaster, it is release. A man dreams he plunges into the river. The reading most often given for this one is purification, a washing clean, an absolution from every ill he carries. I have to be straight about it. The dream is there on the roll, but the exact verdict is hard to lock to Gardiner's text with full confidence. Take the image of the man going under the water. Hold the meaning loosely. Then the violence, which the book reads as triumph almost every time, because in a dream, to strike is to strike an enemy. A man dreams he kills an ox. Good. It means he kills his enemies. A man dreams he carves up an ox with his own hand. Good. He destroys his own adversary. Killing, in the block of good dreams, is not sin. It is victory made visible. And then the roll runs down its list of bad omens, one grim line after another. A man dreams he looks into a deep well. Bad. It means prison. A man dreams his bed catches fire. Bad, and it means he will drive away his wife, the marriage burning with the bed. A man dreams he is beaten with a stick. Bad. On the likeliest reading, it means that when he dies, no one will mourn him. A man dreams he feeds cattle. Bad. It means exile, roaming the earth with no home. A man sees an ostrich. Bad. Harm is coming. A man is bitten by a dog. Bad. He has been bewitched, magic clinging to him. A man is bitten by a snake. Bad. A quarrel is coming for him. And a man measures out barley. Bad again. Another dispute on its way. Then the line the internet mistook for the teeth. A man sees a dwarf. Bad. It means that half of his life will be taken away. Read that sequence at speed, and the ear catches the anxieties of a real working household 3,000 years ago. Prison, divorce, exile, a lonely death, sickness read as a curse, and quarrels without end. Not the fears of kings, the fears of the men who dug the tombs of kings. And balanced against them, in the good block, the small mercies. A man sees a large cat. Good. It means a large harvest is coming in. The same imagination that dreads the ostrich lets the house cat carry a full granary. And set one more against the fear of exile and the lonely grave, a man brings in his cattle. Good. It means his God will gather people to him. The role that dreads a man roaming the earth alone
lets another wake to a crowd at his side. That is the register the whole book lives in. Not the throne, not the temple, but the granary, the marriage, the lawsuit, the sickbed. It is one of the very few places where the anxieties of ordinary New Kingdom Egyptians survive in something close to their own voice, not what the state wanted recorded, but what a man was afraid to see when he closed his eyes. Fall, drown, burn, bleed. The verdict is never the obvious one. We have read the dreams. Now we weigh them, honestly. And to do that, I am going to sort everything this papyrus gives us into 3 columns. What we know, what we only argue, and what we cannot know at all. First, what is established. A real object exists. It sits in the British Museum as EA10683, a single roll of hieratic papyrus from the reign of Ramesses II, from the village of Deir el-medina, out of the family archive of the scribe Kipishef. It is the only copy of this composition that survives. The way it is built is established too. The fixed formula, the tall shared column, 25 to 28 dreams to a page, the good dreams blocked first and the bad dreams after, and the word for bad set apart in red ink, the color of blood. That the meanings run on wordplay is established. So are the individual entries we have read, each at its own level of confidence. That much is solid ground, and it is a great deal of ground.
Now, how many dreams in total? Here I have to be careful, and the honest answer is over 100 surviving dream moments, and no exact figure beyond that. Kasia Szpakowska counts roughly 140 judged good, and perhaps 80-odd judged bad, but she would be the first to say those numbers are soft. The roll is torn at both ends. Whole columns are lost. Any total is an estimate resting on a broken document, so I will not offer a hard number the papyrus cannot support. Second column. What is contested? The things stated as fact that are really argument. That the text was first composed in the 12th dynasty, centuries before this copy. That is Gardiner's own linguistic guess, and he said himself it could not be proved. That the good and bad lists were formally headed as the dreams of the follower of Horus. That is Gardiner's inference, built on a passage that only survives for the Seth type. The exact grave it came from, the precise pairing of a few damaged lines. All of it is real scholarship. None of it is settled. And it is worth saying that the deliberate sleeping in temples to summon a god's dream, the practice people most associate with ancient dreams, is well attested only in much later Greek and Roman Egypt. Reading it back into this Ramesside village is a reach the evidence does not support. And the third column, what we cannot know. We do not know whether a single Egyptian ever lay awake, frightened, and reached for this book to read a nightmare. We do not know if anyone believed the verdicts, or acted on them, or laughed at them. We do not even know the name of one person who dreamed one of these dreams. The papyrus records the system. It does not record a single sleeper. And that absence is not a flaw in the papyrus. It is the honest shape of the evidence. A dream is the most interior event a person can have. It leaves no bone, no wall, no shard of pot. And the wonder is not that we cannot reach the sleeper, but that we can reach the book he might once have opened at all. I want to be exact about the line we cannot cross. We do not know what he dreamed. We know what he wrote. Everything in this video that pictures a sleeper in a dark room is exactly that. Reconstruction, offered as reconstruction, an image built around a document. The document is real. The man inside it is a shape we have drawn in the dark. And still, strip away everything uncertain, and what remains is astonishing enough. More than 3,000 years ago, in a village of tomb builders, someone sat down and decided that the chaos of human sleep could be ordered, ruled into columns, sorted good from bad, indexed by sound. They took the most private thing a person has, the dream, and refused to let it stay meaningless. That is a modern instinct in an ancient hand. We like to imagine that the systematic mind, the urge to catalog, begins somewhere near us. It does not. It is at least as old as this roll. That impulse to wake in the dark and demand that the dream mean something is the same impulse that opened this video. It is yours. It is 3,000 years old. And this papyrus is the first time in history we can prove a human being wrote the answer down. If reading the oldest answers to that question was worth your evening, subscribe and stay. Because the next document we open is not a book of dreams. It is a logbook. Next time, we read the Diary of Merer, the oldest inscribed papyri ever found, the day-by-day journal of a man who 4,500 years ago hauled limestone by boat down the Nile for the building of the Great Pyramid. Not a legend about the pyramid, not a theory. The shipping record itself, written by a man who was there and who signed his name. A real book, real dreams, and one silence we cannot cross.